Good morning. So this is day number 4 of my attempt to get a completed Topstep evaluation. And here we're looking at where I left off yesterday. Let's move that over there. And we can see that this is a little later than I usually come online. The market has been interesting, but no massive swings. From yesterday, we saw going back past midnight right here, we saw an upward trend. We saw massive movements right here. I believe that was off of some kind of news in the afternoon, but that was where I cut off my trading yesterday. Um, it looks like it was well timed, but it was not based on anything but just cutting off my trading at that point. If we look, you had a very, if you're doing directional, you can see that there is a very directional-esque trading direction right there. So for today, coming back up to where we are, let's go past 6 o'clock, let's go past the evening, getting past midnight, and you can see that things are pretty stable. It's swinging between 191 and 342. And right here, we're up to 260 to 342. I'm going to zoom in here, get to a 4 point. 4 points is good, and we'll stretch this out so we can get a better look at the candles. Now this looks like a fairly healthy trend. It's not particularly going up, and it's definitely not going in an aggressive downward movement. And we'll get ready to make some trades. Now, I've been contemplating, since we're at this balance, so my original plan was to try to make at least 500 each day to counterbalance something that had happened because of a very good day. So if we go over here to the Topstep evaluation page, profit target's fine, not going below is fine. But as you can see, I'm slowly building up the 500 by 500, and eventually we'll get to this target in order to offset that 50% rule. Um, that being said, if I'm looking here, if I do 500, that brings me up to 54.7, and I'm a sucker for round numbers, and I'm looking at this and I went, well, maybe I could stretch it to 8. Maybe I could stretch to 8. So I'm going to see if maybe there is opportunities today to maybe make some aggressive moves to 55,000 and see if maybe we can get that to work. As of right now, I'm going to start off with some single contracts just to try and get warmed up. And I'm going to put my stop loss. I was reminded on Discord, just by virtue of somebody asking, can I ask you a question about your stop loss? I'm like, sure. Oh, wait a second. My stop loss on my risk settings is set to $500. Unfortunately, if you go with small numbers like this, it's not going to kick in, or at least it doesn't seem to kick in. Okay, so we got something there for that contract. So we've got a format going here. We got some red. I'm going to bring this down to 2 points separation. I want to be able to see a bit more about what's happening with the candle. So a little bit of movement up, a drop, we'll buy one, and we'll see what happens with that guy. It's always interesting to see that you'll come in and make some moves, and it's almost like the market, like a living thing, decides it's going to notice you and it's going to start reacting. Which, in its way, it is, because you have the buyers and sellers reacting to each other. So I'm taking a look here to see if that drop with this cluster of candles could indicate some type of downward movement. As I said earlier, the lowest it was in the last few hours has been 260. And so while that's trying to make its way back, I might try to go for 55. So we'll see how aggressively I can trade today without obliterating my account. Okay, so that made its way back up. Let's take a look. Let's try a buy of 5. Let's see if he'll come back up to where he was before. Now, looking at it, it's possible that this trend line going up, and again, these are my, I look at them as waves. You know, they made their way up, but then at the peak, most recent peak, they started to trend down again. So this could be another downward trend. I might be asking a bit too much of this price. forgot my stop loss. Put him down at 250. Now, if it does start to climb above this red line, I think I might buy. This would be pretty sketchy. All right, we got that one. 58. So we got some climbing happening. Let's see, where was the top? Okay, previous highs were up here, so I think there is some room to grow. I'll pull back. Okay, so that trend from earlier, this was about 5 o'clock, the trend is tending downwards. Let's see. So it may come back to a price right around here if we're following that. So I am going to buy 5, pop him up there. Crap. Okay, that was a mistake. I just clicked on 15 by accident. But we'll let it slide. Ah, there it is. So yeah, my breakpoint stop loss did kick in at the $500 mark because I had purchased enough to make it visible on the screen. It's possible lower contract amounts are appearing, but because they're so small in the initial contract, they're like way up or way below. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to envision, okay, so this could be like a step that's going to start moving up to another build up, or it could be that it's just going to say, nah, no. Now, I would like to get out of this trade as quickly as possible, given that it was accidental. I'm simply hovering over the number and didn't realize that I'd clicked it. Oh no. So this came up to here, this came up to here. It's likely it's going to come up to here. Still here, just waiting for this to do some damage. So now it came down locally and started to trend up again. Hmm. Now I'm tempted to sell off maybe 5 of these. When something like this happens, whether it was a deliberate or accidental, if the trade isn't going my way, I'll try to wait for, things to go red. And if it can let me let me buy 5. So that'll cut out a third. Okay, let me buy 5. That cuts out a third. And I'm going to, maybe it'll come down again. So it doesn't look like it's going to come down. I'll give it another minute. So I think what I'll do is I'll make of a buy of 15 as opposed to sell. It'll subtract the 5 and I'll end up with 10 going the other way. So let's buy 5. I'll drag that down just to get a win. Just need the reassurance that I can make a good decision. Okay, so we're negative 194. So we'll need to do extra work. Now, if this does manage to go up another notch, then I think we may be trending upward. Let's buy some. Okay, that's 75. Let's try giving it just a second. Let's buy at that level. Let's try going up more. And this time, doesn't seem to wanna. Oh, you gotta hate when that happens, when it hovers right at the ask price. And you know it's sitting there, and I've seen that pattern so many times before, and I don't react well. I don't react fast enough to it. So this looks like it may be starting to build up. So I'm gonna be optimistic. I'll put this guy up here, possibly up here. Now, if it comes up to the high and a little bit more, I may end up adding to this position. Yeah, I think I will. I'll go up a smidge. Yeah, you see it. I might buy another 15. Maybe. Let's see what this guy does. Can he build back up? Okay, I'm gonna buy 15 more, so we're at 45, and it brings us up to 61 in the positive because it poked right through. So I'm gonna buy 15. Okay, we got 45. Let's do another buy of 15 on the red coming down. See if we can break through that marker right there. Let's buy more at that. Okay, so we're up to 174. I just did another buy. I clicked the button as soon at the same time as it hit the price, and so it gave me the price, but it also added another order, so that wasn't intentional. Or it was just an ill-timed connection on the market. Okay. So we have this trend coming up, 1, 2, 3. Um, I have noticed that you can expect some fallback on things like this. This isn't even, this isn't close to what the top of it was a little while ago, so there's still room to grow. Still here, just waiting on some kind of a result. Let's move this guy up. And if he moves past the local high, then, oh, unexpected. Okay, that was done. That was 242. Okay, let's give this a minute to calm down and figure out where it wants to be. We got some volume and we got some volatility, which is always good, at least for me. Um, it lets me trade within the candle. I have to stay away from the buy button. When I see build up and fall back like that, it's almost saying, yeah, you know what comes next. So I guess what I'm waiting on now is a decent amount of fallback that makes it worth trying to buy upwards. Let's try that guy. So at that level, we're going to try and trade within the candle. We made a little bit. Okay, he's there. Now where's he going to go? Are we still trending upwards? Looks like we might be. So we are currently about 600 away from our goal. Well, my personal goal. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Can we do a buy 5 at that level and see anything come back? Okay, we got something at that level. This right here, this type of like consolidation makes me crazy, but it can all be used. Let's do another buy of 5 at that level. Let's see if we can get anybody interested in that. So we have a sell-off, small sell-off, but if it's staying within, you know, these peaks, these valleys, then it may not be the beginning of a decline. Or it's possible this consolidation just absolutely consolidated where people are willing to go. If we get some solid uh, price action coming up, then I'll probably move this from 5 to 15 or 20. Now, I was saying a while back that my stop loss is about 500, and with this is like $10. So if I went looking for my stop loss, it's way down here. So generally my stop losses are so far away because of, I'm not usually making big movements. Okay, let's take a look. I was off on Discord for a second, so our price came back, but we can see that it climbed, it's kind of peaked, got a little valley, got a peak. It may go past here, maybe. Let's do a buy and see if it can meet that previous high. So with this trend line, it comes to a valley and it may begin to build up to this again. So I'm going to bring this guy up and we're going to do maybe, maybe a buy. If it comes past the previous peak, then we'll do a buy. Seems to be trying. A bit of a back. That is a big drop. Now, is it big enough to say that it's changing direction? We see that the previous two peaks didn't really do very much for price action. Now, it is 8. Getting close to 8:15. We're going to see this news report at 8:30. Don't want to be stuck inside of a trade at that time. I'm wondering if people are going to be making some aggressive trades before that time. I could just say, let's close this and let's buy that. And I'm going to do that because I'm an idiot. Look at that. That was not a good move. That was a bit too impulsive. Okay. Worked out well in the end, but that was not a great idea. Things are starting to get real sketchy. You can see the volatility is starting to go up. I'm okay with volatility most of the time. Let's see if we can do another buy. We'll wait until it figures out whether it wants to go high or low. And this time let's kind of like be careful. Let's do a buy of 5 at that level. See if it makes it up. Okay, that worked out. Let's see if we can do a little bit more. And now it's just going crazy. Let's do something there. And we'll jump up to there. Alright, got us at $45. Okay, we're going to wait until it kind of comes down about there. So buy. And we're going to put him at there. Okay, got us 82. I'm going to wait till here. If I had a cat, I think it would be meowing. No, this is starting to slow down, yeah. So we gotta, it's my only issue with the Topstep setup, is that it has a tendency to have, alright, okay, we need to turn that off and pull this down. And I was a bit too slow on the trigger there. Okay, and you can see this is a lot of money. Best to not think about that. Okay, I'm gonna, went through, okay. We're at 511, so we're 300 away from our target. I'm going to do another buy. We're going to stay away from high numbers. Let's say 5 at that level. Sweet. Okay. So let's do a buy. Let's do a buy of 5 at this level and see if we can poke through up here. That pullback doesn't look great, but maybe it'll recover. So we're getting closer to the 830. So we're about an hour in, and things are looking healthy. Um, Ideally, I could sign off having made my profit target uh, for the day. But as I said at the start, I do kind of want to bring this up to 55, and I think it might be possible. So I'm gonna plug away a little longer. The Topstep performance stats, I did notice that it's taking account of when your best trades and so on were done, and it does say between 8 and 12, which kind of makes sense because the market starts to become more active. People are, being more active in their trades, which means that the candles become more consistent and so on. So with this pre-market trading, it can have stable days and it can have days where it's just all over the place. So it looks like whatever enthusiasm people had a couple of minutes ago seems to be gone. Let's take a look at where we're going. Can it climb out of that hole? Okay, so seeing some stability, but we're coming up on 829 and this could go sideways really fast. Let's take a look. I am not willing to lose that much, so let's bring this guy up to here. And for this, it'll be a coin flip. Either it'll freak out and go up or down real fast, or it'll have a slight nudge but not push it anywhere real fast. And that's bad. That is bad. Hmm. All right. Lesson learned. Don't be inside of there on something drastic is about to come out. That is insane. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I had cancelled the trade right around in here, I would have lost maybe 300 or so. By not having my stop loss closer, then completely squirreled it out. Now I'm going to start making some buys to try and see if we can climb out of that hole, which you're not supposed to do. But right now, I'm not especially in. And we're dropping like a stone down to and that's that. All right. Well, we've blown this account. I'll have to take that particular lesson and know when to bail next time. Appreciate your time watching this. We'll try again maybe next week. Thanks a lot.